Now, it's a well-known fact that retailers are thinking up ever more ingenious ways to boost their sales and get us to part with our money. James Watson is a retail strategist, and he's here to advise us what to look out for when we shop, and how to avoid the traps. James, can we really avoid them? We can't, but if you know what to expect, you're in a better position to resist. Retailers have turned shopping into a holistic experience. After years of conducting market research, they've come up with a model that appeals to all of our senses, manipulating our minds, getting us to buy more stuff. For example, it's well known that supermarkets use the smell of freshly baked bread to stimulate our appetites and their sales. Natural smells like pine and cinnamon make us feel nostalgic and trigger memories of Christmas that can result in more impulse buys. The smell of baby powder reminds shoppers of childhood and relaxes them. When we feel relaxed, we're likely to spend more. It's not just smells that have an effect though, is it? No. Music is also used to appeal to our emotions. It creates a context for the product, encouraging subconscious associations. So, faster music is known to encourage impulse buys, whereas slower music can make shoppers stay longer and spend more money. So, keeping customers in the shop is pretty important. Yes, another effective strategy is used by a well-known flat-pack furniture store. Their shops are designed like mazes, with a deliberately confusing layout so you can't find your way out. This approach results in more impulse buys because customers will put things in their trolley instead of attempting to go back and find them later. I find those types of shops annoying. Yes, and you're not alone, so most retailers try to delay your exit in other more subtle ways. Such as, well, setting up displays in the middle of popular pathways through the store to distract customers and get them to stop. Or changing floor surfaces, with smaller tiles in different parts of the store to make trolley wheels click more often. The clicking wheels give the impression that you're walking faster, so you automatically slow down, usually in front of more expensive items. That's fascinating. Then, when you find the product you're looking for, shelf manipulation kicks in. It's referred to as triangular balance. When you shop, your eye always goes to the center of the shelf. Retailers typically put the items with the highest profit margin there, with other items arranged around them to make them look attractive. This strategy is often used to launch a new product too. What about pricing? Is there anything we need to look out for there? Unfortunately, yes. Beware of price tag strategy, which is based on simple but very effective consumer psychology. So let's say there are 3 pairs of trainers at 70, 100, and 170 euros. The retailer doesn't expect to sell the most expensive item, so they'll probably make a loss on it, but that's not the point. Its purpose is to create demand for the middle item, with the highest profit margin, by making the buyer think it's a bargain. That's pretty irresistible. And that's the problem. Retailers know we love a bargain, regardless of whether we need the product or not. So special offer items are placed at the end of an aisle or near the door. In fact, the idea of a good deal is so critical that certain shops deliberately mess up displays so it looks like customers have been looking for a bargain. It's a calculated deception to suggest that demand might outstrip supply, which encourages us to buy. Well, it seems there are a lot of traps to fall into. Any final words of advice? Never shop on an empty stomach, and always be aware of retailer manipulation. Look beyond the sales pitch and think about the value of the product. Do you really need it? Will you really use it? Above all, keep your wits about you. Retailers are constantly fighting to gain market share. Just remember, it's a war zone out there.